Imagine living your whole life being judged before you even speak, simply because you were born a different color. Now imagine the one person who finally looks past that skin is the person everyone expects to hate you. This isn't just a fairy tale about magic and flying brooms. It's a story about a girl who was wicked only because she cared too much, and a guy who pretended to care about nothing until he met her. If you think you know the story of Oz, get ready, because the truth behind Elphaba and Fiyero is way more complicated and heartbreaking than any legend. It all starts at Shiz University, and honestly, their first meeting is the definition of a meet disastrous. Elphaba is standing there, probably just trying to exist, when Fiyero rolls in with all the unearned confidence of a prince who's been kicked out of every prestigious school in the land. He literally almost tramples her with his carriage. Instead of an apology, we get this classic Fiyero charm, or lack thereof. He tells her she blended with the foliage. Ouch. But Elphaba? She's had a lifetime of practice dealing with jerks. She hits him back with this incredibly dry defensive wit, basically asking if being a mindless wrecking ball is his full-time job. You can see it in his eyes right then. He's never met anyone who didn't immediately fall for his Prince Charming act. At this point, Fiyero is basically the human equivalent of a golden retriever with a trust fund. He's genuinely self-absorbed and deeply shallow, and he's proud of it. He's even got Glinda, the most popular girl in school, planning their wedding before he even knows they're dating. But as the days go by, something starts to shift. He notices that Elphaba isn't just the green girl. She's a commotion. She's the only person in Oz who sees the injustice happening to the animals, and she's the only one brave enough to scream about it. There's this pivotal moment with a lion cub in a cage. Everyone else is just going along with the status quo, but Elphaba is devastated. Fiyero watches her, and for the first time, his brain-dead persona starts to crack. He asks her why she can't just keep her mouth shut like everyone else, and she turns it back on him. You think I want to care this much? That's the moment the mask falls off for both of them. Fiyero realizes that his don't care attitude is just a shield, and Elphaba realizes that maybe, just maybe, this shallow prince has a soul hidden under all that silk. But just as they start to connect, the world pulls them apart. Elphaba goes to the Emerald City to meet the wizard, thinking she's finally going to make a difference, only to find out the man behind the curtain is the one pulling the strings of all the cruelty in Oz. She becomes a fugitive, the Wicked Witch. While the whole world is hunting her down, Fiyero is stuck back in the palace, now a captain of the guard, pretending to lead the hunt for the woman he can't stop thinking about. He's forced to stand there and listen to people call her a monster, and you can see the internal torture on his face. He knows the truth. He knows she's the only good thing left in Oz. The tension builds until it finally explodes in the middle of a massive manhunt. The guards have Elphaba cornered, and it looks like it's over. Glinda is there, the wizard's propaganda is in full swing, and then Fiyero does the unthinkable. He turns his weapon on his own men. He looks at Glinda, the girl who was supposed to be his perfect match, and says the words that change everything, "I'm going with her." The shock on Glinda's face is gut-wrenching, but for Fiyero, it's the first honest thing he's done in years. They escape to the forest, and for a brief, flickering moment, it's just the two of them. Elphaba, who has spent her life being called ugly and wicked, looks at him and tells him he doesn't have to lie to her. And Fiyero? He looks at her, really looks at her, and tells her she's beautiful. He isn't lying. To him, the green skin doesn't represent a monster. It represents the only person who was ever real with him. They promise to be together always, but Oz isn't a place where heroes get easy endings. The cliffhanger hits when the guards catch up. Fiyero sacrifices himself so Elphaba can escape, being dragged away to a fate that's supposedly worse than death. Elphaba is forced to watch the man she loves be destroyed because of her. She's pushed to the edge, finally embracing the wicked title the world gave her, but not for evil, for revenge and survival. In a final beautiful twist, we find out that Elphaba's magic and Fiyero's resilience created a loophole the wizard never saw coming. They didn't die, they changed. Fiyero was transformed into the Scarecrow to save his life, and they staged Elphaba's death, to let her finally be free. They leave Oz behind, two outcasts who found a home in each other. It's a bittersweet victory. They're alive, but they can never go back, and the world will always remember them as a monster and a victim. So, here's the question for you. If you had to choose between being good and being right, even if it meant the whole world hated you, could you do it? Would you leave everything behind for the one person who truly saw you? Let me know in the comments if you think Fiyero and Elphaba's ending was a happy one, or just a different kind of tragedy. Thanks for watching.